Marco Jacobs Media.
The South Africa will be taking on Ireland for the second T20 International. It's just up the road, so ensure that we see you there by tweeting you.
Everyone to the post-match interview featuring Suné Luus after 81 and a 4-4-22 against Ireland. Let's take your questions. Please, can show of hands who wants to go first. For those, thank you as always.
Suné, that was a hell of a partnership with Laura, and you guys seem to be like hitting the ball really freely. Just take us through that. How did you plan that, and was it as easy as it looked?
I think it was definitely not planned. I think we had our blueprint of how we wanted to go about the innings. We felt the wicket played really well, a bit slow, at some stages, but other than that, I think the ball was coming on nicely. And I think for the first 12 overs, it was obviously the Laura show, so I was just trying to feed her, and whenever I got the chance, try and capitalise as well. But I think it was just one of those days where we wanted to hit it, it just went. And Laura is obviously a world-class player coming off the Big Bash, where she's just been scoring runs, so it's no surprise that she's just been flowing today.
And then opening bowling and getting those 2 wickets in the first over.
Yeah, it's new roles. I think obviously looking ahead of the T20 World Cup, Coach Mandla is trying something different, and I think throughout the series we're going to try different combinations and just see the different options we can have in the T20 World Cup.
Just when you play a team like Ireland, what are you trying to actually get out of, besides obviously winning? What are you trying to achieve in a series like this?
I think it stays an international match, whether you play Ireland or Australia. I think for myself, when I walk out to bat, I'm as nervous when I play Australia as when I play Ireland. I don't think it's a team you can take lightly. I think they have world-class players as well. But I think, just for us to really dominate and have dominating performances. And I think we've been in a couple of World Cup finals, and I think just play like that team. I think we don't want anyone coming to our backyard, and competing with us. I think we really want to put our foot to the metal and just give them a run for their money and put on good performances.
Suné, just on Laura, a third consecutive 100 in overall. How is it having a player like her, a caliber player like her, and captain, and being such form?
Yeah, she's phenomenal. I don't know what she's eating at the moment or what she's doing, but it's definitely working. And I think it's awesome to probably for her to have done it on Newlands. Her family's here as well, so I think it would have made it extra special. But we know the class Laura is. I think it's no surprise she's hitting 3 consecutive hundreds. And hopefully, there's still 5 games in the series for her to really just break more records. And it's actually scary to think what she can do.
Suné, it's going to seem like an unfair question, but everybody's going to want to know what it's like to have Danae back in the dressing room.
Yeah, obviously a player of her experience. I think to have her back, it's cool for for everyone. I think she brings, like I said, a lot of experience. But I think we as a team also evolved a lot, and we have new values and a whole new structure. So I think it's also for her to adapt to that and the new brand of cricket we're playing. But I think she's done that brilliantly. And she and Coach Mandla seems to have a good relationship. So I think there's something very good brewing over there.
Thank you.
Suné, just watching you today and also in the practice yesterday, just the intensity just seems to be at a next level. To what do you ascribe it? Just the team is really moving up at the moment.
Yeah, I think, like I said, we really want to dominate. I don't think we want to be a team that's been in 3 consecutive finals, and then when it comes to series, we don't win anything and then perform at World Cup events. So we really want to make sure that when series comes along that we really dominate and really start well as well. I think that's one thing we've been talking about, is how we start a series. So I think today was a perfect start for us. I think we're going to keep that intensity. I think everybody knows what's at stake. Everybody is looking towards that T20 World Cup, and we want to start a brand that we can measure ourselves on and not deviate from.
Just want to get your thoughts on the fielding today. I know Laura spoke about fielding being a big focus heading into the series. Apart from maybe Kathy's mishap on the boundary over there, you guys didn't give that much away. Only 8 extras in the game versus Ireland's performance in the field, not that great today.
Yeah, I think we love fielding, and I think it's T20 cricket. You have to love fielding because the ball's going to come quick, the ball's going to come in the air. So if you not enjoy it, it's probably not the not the game for you. So I think we work really hard with our fielding coach Bongani to just get that enjoyment factor and really want the ball when you field. And I think that speaks to our fielding at the moment.
And today, talk about new roles. You obviously opened the bowling, but you also opened the batting, and you haven't done that in a while. Just How does that feel to be at the top of the order and put your name in that for later in the series?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think when coach mentioned, I knew about the opening the batting part, but the opening the bowling was mentioned a couple of minutes before the match. But no, I think it's something I've been practicing. I think it's a super cool role. I think in ODIs I come in 3, so when there's a first bowler I come in early anyway, so it's not that big of a difference. I think it's just changing my mindset from batting 3 to standing at the other end, hopefully not facing the first ball. But no, it's super cool, I think, to have that time to bat and build that innings.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you.